you need a friend today. A friend that would even stick closer than any brethren. In Proverbs 18:24, a man that hath friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than any brethren. My friend, there are times in the Bible that brethren is your brethren in the Lord. And sometimes we might think we have friends even in our churches, and you might say, where is that friend when you need him the most? I'm here to tell you, you need a friend today. You need a friend that sticketh closer than any brethren out there. Anybody know who this friend must be? We are going to go into the Word of God, and Trish is going to talk about friendship. There is some friendship that is bad. There is friendship that is good. You need a friend today.
Amen. You know, I guess everybody in their lifetime has had a best friend. And I have, and I know that you trust them and love them even deeper than you do your own family members. And so that means a lot, a bond. And Jesus said that he is our friend. You've got a friend with him, okay? A friend is a person who knows, somebody knows and who has a bond with the person, who is like, and you like being around, enjoy being with. A person whom you love and respect, and you respect them. And you trust someone not related to you, but a friend. So even your spouses can be your best friend. I consider John to be my very, very best friend, other than the Lord. So I feel like I can tell him anything, talk to him about anything, and share things with him. And so Proverbs 27:6, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. So the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. You stop and think about this. Everything with the Lord is just a little bit different. First is last, last is first. And then he also tells you that your friend sticks closer than a brother. So, I mean, everything's kind of like in a different relation when it comes to the Lord in a spiritual aspect. So, anyway, we've got a good message, Pastor does, about friends. He had this laid on his heart. So, everybody just sit back and listen and enjoy the Word of God.
So this bond that you get with someone that's not even a family member, and this bond makes you a friend with a person. We need a bond with someone that we could call a friend. Everybody knows the story of Job and the things that he had to go through with his family and losing certain things and his situation he had. In Job 6:14, to him that is afflicted, pitied, should be showed from his friends. But he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dwelt deceitfully as a brook, and as the stream of brooks that pass away. Sometimes you think your brethren is there, and the brethren is not there. Job 16:2, I have heard many such things, miserable comforters are ye all. My friends scorn me, but my eyes poureth out tears unto God. Job 19:13, he hath put my brethren far from me, and my acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinfolks have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They have dwelt in my house, and my maids count me for stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I call my servants, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My brethren is strange to my wife. Though I entreated for the children's sake of my own body, yea, young children despise me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends adored me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. You today need a friend. When your whole world, like Job, is falling apart, your brethren in the church is not with you, your family members that's around you that has ate at your table no longer recognize you, and you became a stranger to them, you need a friend. You need a friend that sticks closer than any brethren. Proverbs 25:17. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee and hate thee. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot without a joint. Neighbor's house sometime. You think you got a friend right next door, and you go over there daily, and you ask for sugar or milk or a little coffee, and then someday you walk over there and the door is shut right in your face because your neighbor ends up hating you. Where is the friend? You need a friend today. You need somebody that sticks close to you in the times of your trouble. In John 14 and through 15, ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. This is the Lord Jesus Christ. Our mighty God will call you a friend if you do what He tells you to do. In James 4 and 4, in the King James Version, ye adulterous and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is the enmity of God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. You have your brethren in the church telling you it's okay to commit adultery. You have your brethren that's supposed to be a friend to you saying it's okay to be adulteresses. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is an enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. Why would a brethren stand up in God's tabernacle and say you can be a friend of the world and it's okay and you're all right, and turn the grace of God into lasciviousness, and the churches are full of adulterers and adulteresses? This is the friendship of the world. It's an enmity with God. And whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. Do you think an enemy of God is going to heaven? Do you think an enemy of God is a friend of God? Oh, John 15 and 15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for a servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. There's you a friend that let you know exactly what your Heavenly Father wants you to know. There's you a friend when Jesus came unto you and told you all about the mighty God that you need to know of. He didn't even call you servant. He called you a friend, because a servant knoweth not what the Lord doeth. But a friend knows what a friend is doing. But I have called you friend, for all things that I've heard of my Father I have made known to you. You need a friend today. You need a friend to tell you all about your Heavenly Father. You need a friend today to show you the way. You need a friend today that will lead you and guide you into all truth. You need a friend today that sticks closer than any brother. You need a friend today that shows himself friendly and becomes a friend to you. James 2:23. And the scriptures were fulfilled, which saith Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Abraham was called the friend of God. Jesus, our friend, came to this earth. He said, before Abraham was, I am. Oh, Jesus, your friend today. He said, Abraham, rejoice to see my day. Don't you know Abraham that believed in God was counted unto him for righteousness, and he was counted a friend of God? A friend of God. Oh, when Jesus, the Lord, came to Abraham in the Old Testament and told him he was going to have a child, him and Sarah. What a friend. They did not know that could happen. A friend will give you things unexpectedly. A friend is there when you need him. A friend can be right there beside you when you think he's not there. That's a true friend. That's my Jesus. That's a true friend. That's my Jesus. Jesus is the righteousness, and he was called a friend of God unto Abraham. You need a friend today in a crying world. You need a friend today in a chaos world. You need a friend today when your family is upside down and have forsaken you. You need a friend today that you can run to when you cannot run to your brethren in the church. You can count on Jesus. You can count on the best friend that you ever have. For greater love than this, than no man, that a man would lay down his life for his friend. That's your friend. That's the best friend you can have, and you can find no better friend. This is a friend. He calls me friend. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the King of Kings. I'm a child of the Lord of Lords. I'm a child of the Prince of Peace. I'm called friend. And since I'm called friend, I'm not called a servant, because a servant does not know what his Lord doeth. But a friend knows what a friend is doing. What a friend I have found in Jesus. What a friend I have found in him to carry all the sins and the burden that we face down here in life. Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus. What a friend we have in him. He calls you friend. Do you need a friend today? Do you need a good friend? A friend when your brethren's not there. A friend when that brethren in the church is not there. You can run to the only best friend you can find. Greater love than no man than this, that a man will lay down his life for his friend. When you find this friend, then you know you are a child and a friend of God, because Jesus calls us friend, because he showed us the way to our Father, and he teached us the Father's will. What a good friend. No, anybody turns you away from God and how to get to God is not your friend. I have found a friend in Jesus.